Morning, 8:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm T-Speaker222 with Dogecoin and you, and I want to cover Dogecoin and Shiba this morning. I know we haven't looked at it in a little bit. So Dogecoin, make sure that like button, it really does help out. So with Dogecoin, let me pull it out in the longer pattern so everybody can see. We had an inside-out wedge that was created when we came back down to the uptrend. The true uptrend after having a massive breakout where we hit about 70 cents, 72 cents. We've come down to that uptrending support. We broke it. And now as we figured what happened over the last few months, we would end up in this inside-out wedge at the true uptrend and below where our breakout point was. And that ends up creating like an inside-out wedge, I like to call it. Now, in the immediate short term, we got out of this descending triangle area, and now we're trying to back test it as support. And we did come through here. Looks like we could have created a small reversal here. So we're going to have to watch today if, in fact, this new uptrend that we've created over the past, day, 2 days, about 2 days, can continue to be bullish. And the way that's simply going to happen is we have to maintain this uptrend, and then we're going to have to come down over here and maintain this downtrending resistance. Now, these are points where we're going to have to eventually break, but the pattern, this is the pattern formation. That ends up in an ascending triangle, and that's what we're in right now. Now, some people would come down here and say, well, Tom, if we don't use wicks, it looks a little bit different, which it does. And you'd be close to attempting a breakout wick, minus, or a breakout point minus, if we pull up to the wicks. So that's what we have to watch out for Doge. So we're stuck in that little area. Now, if we did break down, we'd come... Okay, so if we break down in Doge, you would have something like this. You might have a bounce up, but then it would end up here. If we can get on top of this properly, this is where you can make an extension out, and then it can get interesting. So we're coming to the end of these patterns. That's what we need to watch out for. And then with Shiba, we can finish filling out Shiba's pattern. I mean, we've been going across this for a while. And this uptrend is maintained this entire way. So the integrity looks good. The integrity of this uptrend, it continued this whole way with a little fallout. But that ends up in an ascending triangle in the shorter time frames. But it's still within a much larger, I don't know what happened here, descending triangle. Because you can actually do this and come to the farthest wick. And you see how this pattern will meet. So once we get up here, we're at the top resistance. That's why it's going to be interesting here today, tomorrow, the next day. Now that we're at this top end resistance, and we can still come back up, don't get me wrong. We could still have a pump today up to like 1245. Yeah, 1245 roughly. But after that, I mean, if we fall outside of this uptrend at all, we would come back down to that. A bunch of zeros and about 450 would be the next area for Shiba. So make sure to hit that like button. And it's an honor and a privilege, and I really appreciate everybody who still sticks around as we go through this unpredictable time.